that feeling of loneliness, yo, it hits you differently, okay? Especially when you on this level up journey, okay? So, because I know how it feels, I'm here, of course, to spill the tea to help you get beyond that feeling of loneliness while you are leveling up. Now, in this video, I am going to be giving you all the deets from my personal experience in terms of leveling up and losing what I would necessarily attribute, like, I guess, a tribe is what the people will be calling it. So, when you lose your tribe or what you thought was a tribe and all the girls you was hanging out with and it was real cute, like you was feeling yourself. It was real cute, right? So, with that being said, as you decided to level up, those people began to dissipate. So, within that, it is not necessarily a good feeling, and you don't really know how to deal with it other than trial and error. And without you having to do trial and error, I already did that. So, as y'all know, I'm spilling all the tea, honey. So, with that being said, if you are experiencing your level up experience, okay, I'm here to help you push through by yourself. Sometimes you have to be by yourself. Sometimes you have to be by yourself. So, if you're having trouble with being by yourself and learning how to maneuver within your level up experience, I'm here to help you. But before I do that, and before we get into this intro and all of that, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you hit that bell to make sure that you know whenever your girl posts a new video. Now, I'll be trying to post videos as much as possible, okay? But sometimes, y'all, I'll be busy with my businesses, okay? Now, if you're not following my businesses, I also have Instagrams for those businesses, but I also have a website where you can purchase merch, okay? So, click the bell, okay? Click the bell. And also make sure you check the description box below where I have all the 411 about your girl, Leah Renee from Draft to Fab Lifestyle. So, without further ado, catch out this intro and then come back and I'll be right here with all the tea. All right, beautiful people. So I am busy. So corny. Anyway, so as y'all know, if London, and y'all hear it, Prince London, he got his own mind and like he be doing his own thing and he be running around. So just ignore him as I do him sometimes, but he be wanting to make his presence known. Okay, so I got all of these notes, all right, but as I scroll down my notes trying to figure out what's the tea, I literally specifically wrote, let spirit lead. So we're just gonna go ahead and put these down, okay? And we're just gonna have a girlfriend talk, okay? So when it comes to the leveling up journey and being by yourself, how does that make you feel? I'm sure it does not make you feel welcome in the world. I'm sure it does not make you feel as if what you're doing makes sense, okay? And I am here to tell you that while you are on your leveling up journey, it's very imperative for you to quiet out the noise of your current physical experience, Because when it is time, what you desire will manifest. Okay? When it is time, what you desire will manifest. So, if we know that within these moments of loneliness, they mean nothing. Because we already know that the universe has our back and that the individuals that we do desire, they are on the way. The first thing that I would really, really like to say, or I guess that would be the second thing, embrace it. Embrace what you are feeling, because so oftentimes we go through a different experience and we don't embrace it, and so we try to seek another experience that doesn't necessarily even serve us either. So one thing I will tell you is that loneliness factor, it will pass. The thing is, when you are in a certain place in your life, the people that come into your life, they serve that individual. So as you have desired in your mind and you have discerned within your mind and within yourself, right, that you seek different. Okay, I need somebody who is going to be on the vibration that I am currently seeking or that I am currently on. And with that being said, certain individuals just don't serve that vibration anymore. And that is okay, but that is not a selfless value. Like, you don't have a lower value because of the individuals that have left your life. The people who have left your life, they just no longer serve the individual who you are on the way into walking to. That really didn't make sense, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, the person who you are about to be, it does not serve that individual. So because it does not serve that individual, and you have already expressed to the universe who you desire to be, they will slowly begin to move those individuals out of your life. Now, with that being said, there are certain individuals that you didn't meet at the beginning of your journey, and you were at a certain point, and they necessarily saw you as a different individual. Okay, so they saw you as a different individual, and then when you decided in yourself that that is not the individual who I desire to be in the long run, right? And so you decided to manifest this individual that is different than that individual that they saw, that might have been lower than who they were. At that point, they have decided that you no longer serve them. And so because you no longer serve them, they decide to discard you. But the caveat is that the universe had you in mind when they decided to discard you, because they discarded you for a superficial issue. You were discarded by the universe from their relationship for your higher good, for a spiritual reason. And I think that is very imperative as we are on the spiritual journey together, is to have that sense of discernment between what our physical beings want and what our spiritual beings want. Because at the end of the day, like, we are, I could say this in every video, and I'm going to probably, we are spiritual beings living a physical experience. And because we are doing that, every opportunity that we gain or that we participate in is to either teach us a lesson or it's to serve our higher good. And either way it goes, a lesson still serves your higher good. So while you are in this loneliness factor and you're sitting here like, I was so good to this person, I was such a good person to this person, oh my gosh, I can't deal. Yeah, you was. You was great as hell. You was the greatest person to this person that you could be. However, what you were giving that individual didn't serve that individual anymore enough to serve yourself. So it got beyond serving yourself. And I think that is very imperative on your spiritual journey to not only serve other people, but also serve yourself. And I think that it's very imperative that, oh my gosh, just a piece of hair, guys, that just won't freaking go away. There we go. So while we are on this spiritual journey, it's very imperative that we not only identify that every interaction either can teach us a lesson or serve our higher good, that we have to be able to identify the exit strategy, whether or not we're going to stay in this or whether or not we're going to exit it. So sometimes the universe will show you, you ain't moving quick enough. You ain't moving quick enough. So I'm gonna need you to exit because it does not serve your higher good. So the topic of this video is, how do you deal with that? There's literally no way I can personally tell you, because how you deal with things is how you deal with things. I can only tell you how I have dealt with things. How I deal with things is, and how I know it worked within your leveling up journey, is that you identify it, you kind of like take it into your mind's frame, and you be like, oh my gosh, I have no friends yet. Okay? And then when you identify that, you identify the type of individual that you do desire to come into your life. Okay? So a lot of the times when people are manifesting, they see their physical experience and they say they don't have coins, or they don't have a man, or they don't have the skinny body, or they don't have the friends, right? And so while they are talking about these things that are in their current physical experience, they're attracting more of that. Okay, so while you're in the physical experience and you be like, I ain't got no tribe, all the bitches I was hanging with, they gone. Okay, I'm by myself out here in these streets. Guess what you say to yourself? They'll be back if they're supposed to be there when I'm ready. Because clearly there was a reason why the universe decided to pull them from your life. Okay, so back to the whether they serve your higher good or it's a lesson, right? But also it could be that there is something within yourself that you have to work on. Okay, and so sometimes people come into your life to kind of like tap you on the shoulder, be like, bitch, get your shit, get it together, get your life, because you backtracking, and that ain't what we doing. Okay, that's not what we doing. And the universe sometimes will bring you people into your life in that way. So all I'm saying to you guys is that it is very, very, very important that you decide within yourself that yourself is enough. You are enough. Okay, when I look in the mirror, I be like, I'm fine. Okay. And the reason why I do that consistently is because you have to affirm yourself to let you know that you are enough. And back to what I was saying about certain things being manifested into your life when the time is right. You have to create the vibration. You have to put yourself into the vortex, okay? Because of so much conditioning that is going on with this physical experience, you have to put yourself there. And you cannot put yourself there by having a mentality of lack. And if you're coming from the place of lack by consistently contemplating the fact that you do not have these friends and that you are so fucking lonely and all of this, guess what? You're going to continue to be lonely, and you're going to continue to not vibrate in that vibration of having a plethora of friends, right? Because you don't desire for them to come, because you're still concerned about where you are currently. Now, this might not happen overnight. I'm not one of those people about to get quick and all that stuff. No, it does take time. But what I'm expressing to you guys is it's very, very important to put yourself first. I can't put that in this video as much as I can't put that in there enough. You have to put yourself first. And the reason why you put yourself first is because you have to identify what you want. And that goes a lot of times when people talk about manifestation, they talk about like bring the coins and the man and everything, but they don't really talk about friendships. Okay. And friendships are a part of relationships. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we all are humans living a physical experience, physical beings, you know what I'm saying? But we are spiritual beings. We're all connected. You are a part of me. I'm a part of you. But within that being said, certain people you come in contact with are just not necessarily a part of your tribe. So because of that, you have to be able to ride alone. And when I tell you, when you learn how to ride alone, right? And you have expressed the tribe that you seek that serves your life. Because clearly the tribe that you are upset about losing, they don't serve you. They don't serve you. So if they did, they would still be a part of your tribe. So because they don't, all you have to do is put yourself first and express the new type of energy that you would like to bring into your life. There's no point in sitting in your room and being sad about, well, why did I decide to put myself first and I just threw all these people away just for myself? No, it's not selfish. It's not. And, words mean what you want them to mean, but I guess in somebody's eyes it could be selfish, but selfish is okay in this moment. And the reason why I say selfish is okay in this moment, it is because it is to build your personal development growth. You know what I mean? So in terms of personal development growth, it's very imperative that you're not putting other people first. And when you are leveling up, it's like you have to take yourself out of your current predicament and see yourself in the predicament that you see yourself. Okay? So you have to take yourself out of the predicament that you're in and put yourself in the predicament that you see yourself. Okay? I don't know if I said that right the first time, but I know I said it right the second time. You have to take yourself out of the predicament that does not serve you in your mind. And you have to put yourself in your mind in the predicament that you see yourself. And so when you put yourself in the predicament that you see yourself, the things that you desire will start to flow to you like a river, okay? Like a river. And you will start to see things that you be like, did I ask for that? I guess I did. I don't remember, but I guess I did. Thank you. Okay. So the loneliness, ignore it. It's a part of it. It's a part of it. People will see you leveling up or see you making changes within your life and they'll be like, she ain't as low as she used to be. Or he ain't as low as he used to be. I ain't got time. Okay? People sometimes they like to hang around people that are lower than them because it builds them up. And that's the insecurity within them. And you don't need to be around somebody who is insecure blatantly. We all have insecurities within ourselves just naturally, just a humane thing about us. But if they have insecurities like that, let them go. Just natural, just let them go. I want you guys, as much as possible, to look at my life and see the things that I have experienced and I have shared with you guys to help better your lives. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to the isolation tip, your girl was there, okay? But as I have surpassed that moment of that spiritual growth or that spiritual journey, because we're always on the spiritual journey, but the basis of the real spiritual journey, okay, because our whole lives are about spiritual journey, but that turning point, right? Within that turning point, it was like a span of like almost 2 years of me being literally solely by myself. And the reason why I got Prince London in the picture of this thumbnail is because I literally put my energy into myself, and then if I needed to, as an empath, which I am, I needed that, I guess, connectedness to some type of energy. So get you a pet, okay? Get you a pet. Get you a pet, right? And the pet can talk back to you if you want them to, or the pet can't. You know what I'm saying? So either you converse with people who serve you no good, because if they serve you no good, you're going to be talking to them and then you're not going to level up. So the whole purpose of this whole situation is to level up. So while we are leveling up, how do you deal with loneliness? Okay? So if you are in that moment, I advise you to possibly get a pet. So just to debrief about what we just discussed, because I feel like I'm rambling now, but I feel like I said what I needed to say to y'all. Number one is to identify it. Say, hey, I'm lonely. Okay? I'm lonely. Identify it and keep it moving from that identification. So you identified it, and after you identify it, you tell yourself, I understand that what is for me on the other side of this level up is something that's going to serve my higher good. Whoever has dissipated from my life, they do not serve my higher good on no levels. They weren't here to teach me a lesson, or the lesson was already learned. And if they're not still here, they don't serve my higher good anymore. Okay? So after that, you put your energy elsewhere. And this goes back to if you lose a parent, because that goes a lot to the grief video that I posted about. But yeah, I think that it's very imperative for you to just identify it. That's number one. A lot of times people always say, if you got a problem, identify it, and then you figure out the steps beyond it. So identify it, move on, and put your energy elsewhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be into a pet, but I think that a pet helps you move on from what you have been feeling in terms of the loneliness factor, because nobody wants to be lonely. Nobody wants it. It just happens within the leveling up journey, because I feel as if God is trying to teach you that you are enough. Like you're enough. Like you're enough. Like, because we are all the same, we are all a part of each other, you are enough. Like you're enough. You're enough. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. I know I've been talking, I didn't even realize, y'all, I've been talking for like 20 minutes. You know, I'll be trying to talk your head off or whatever. But if there are more questions on the topic, I am really passionate about the leveling up journey. If you did not view my previous video about leveling up, I would love for you to do that before you watch the completion of this video, just because, or even after you watch it, because it'll really kind of coincide together to help you identify where I'm coming from in terms of leveling up and what leveling up it is exactly. But I presume that if you click this video, you clearly are on a leveling up journey, and you have come to the loneliness part of the level journey. Okay, so I love you guys as always. I'll be back soon. Until next time.